Welcome to Empowered. I'm your host, Jessica Flynn of thejessicaflynn.com, and our show is on a mission to unleash local wisdom for widespread impact. We're committed to inspiring positive change in our community and beyond. And today we are thrilled to welcome Pamela Osmond, the Fund Development Manager for Home Horizon. Since moving to Collingwood from Orangeville in 2008, Pam has been a passionate and dedicated member of the community. A single mother who raised her two sons independently, Pamela's resilience and determination earned her the honor of a Habitat for Humanity home build, a recipient of one in 2011, a testament to her hard work and dedication to creating a better life for her and her family. Pamela brings a natural leadership ability and a people-first approach to her work, combined with exceptional organizational skills and passion for positive development. With years of experience in the hospitality, corporate events, and ski industries, Pamela has consistently proven to be an asset to every team that she joins. Beyond her professional achievements, Pam has dedicated herself to giving back. She's volunteered with numerous organizations, including Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Georgian Bay, Habitat for Humanity, the YMCA Collingwood, and the Door Youth Center in Orangeville. She also serves on the Collingwood Affordable Housing Task Force and has contributed to local initiatives like the Downtown BIA Passageway Public Art Committee, a true champion of our community. Pam embodies the spirit of a community that deeply cares for the well-being of its members. As the Fund Development Manager for Home Horizon, Pamela's commitment to empowering at-risk youth and creating a brighter future for our community is a reflection of her belief in the transformative power of compassion and action. I am honored and thrilled to introduce and have you, Pam, on our show, sharing the story of Home Horizon. So thank you.
Thank you, Jessica, for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Pam, you and I have been in the same circles for the last couple of years, and I had no idea the breadth of your experience and outside of your role with Home Horizon, how much you've done for our community. So thank you.
Thank you.
And they are certainly one of those many teams you've been a part of that are so fortunate to have your energy and expertise on the team. So can you tell us a little bit about your role as the Fund Development Manager?
Sure. So my life has kind of come around full circle now. It's
No
just
doubt.
From hospitality, ski industry, of course, that's what I was in the beginning, and events, and I do love that. It's so exciting and fulfilling. However, now I'm giving back. It's a job with heart, and it's a job with meaning. So I am the Fund Development Manager for Home Horizon, and that entails raising the funds to let our charity thrive and run. So I get to run the 3 events. We do 3 signature events a year.
Okay.
I get to do those, and then I get to do third-party events. So when, as you guys have done book launches and choose us for charity of choice. So I usually show up and speak. Third-party events, I don't have much involvement in running them. I just show up, and I'm very thankful and that we are chosen and accept the money. So other than that, the Fund Development Manager, I run events. We have 3, the coldest night of the year.
Right.
Which is coming up February 22nd.
And has just been growing and growing.
We were 6th in 190 cities.
Wow.
And I'm aiming for 5th. I really want top 5 this year.
Yes.
And I know Collingwood can do it. We are a small, mighty community.
Yeah.
And it is coming February 22nd, and we're launching December 1st.
Okay.
You can sign up
launching early.
You can sign up your teams now.
Great.
It is open to get started. The Barbara Widerhouse staff team is already already fundraising. So they are doing great.
Awesome.
And then the one we just finished was Spirit Tour of Collingwood, which raised over $640,000 raised. So it was an incredible, fun event.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that event?
Spirit Tour of Collingwood is an annual event. We just had our 10th year. And it It showcases local venues. So we hop on a bus at a ski club, dress up.
Yes.
It's always a themed costume party. It's the Saturday before Halloween. So spirits.
Got it.
We hop onto a bus, 4 buses, and we go to 4 different locations and have spirits that are donated, fully donated by the community.
Wow.
So we have a lot of supporters.
And you said that raised over $600,000?
$64,000.
$64,000.
So we have a live auction
in one day.
So we go back to the ski club, live auction, silent auction, dinner and dance.
Oh, what a great event.
It was a great event, and everyone is so positive and already putting it in their calendar for next year.
Done. Perfect.
Done.
Okay,
It's
so that's
great.
2. And then the third.
The third, we have just finished up Bowls for Beds.
Okay.
15 years running.
Wow.
We have decided to end it there.
Yep.
It's a very big undertaking for potters,
Yes.
for artists.
Yes.
Going into the schools, doing the soup event. It was a great event.
Yeah.
It was. But it's time. It's done its course. So
Yeah, we'll look
I'm
into
looking to
2025.
replace it in May, June,
Excellent.
which the wheels are spinning.
Good. So Pam, I was so excited to do this episode because, you know, I've volunteered for the coldest night of the year for many years. I really, really appreciate and can't believe the amount of need we have for a service like Home Horizon. But I feel like I don't really know actually a lot about what goes on.
Absolutely.
And so what we've done with this episode is team up with you and your whole team.
Yes.
So you're here representing the whole team.
Yes.
To dig into a little bit more about how the organization started, but also what happens at the Barbara Wider House.
Sure, absolutely. And I appreciate you saying that, because the main person who knows the best is our Barbara Wider House program manager, Nicole. So Home Horizon's mission is to create a community where youth who are at risk or experiencing homelessness are supported and empowered with the resources and skills to transform into adulthood.
Wow.
As a community, we break the cycle of homelessness with hope, safety, and growth. So that is what we do. In July 2017, thanks to some huge donors, Barbara and George Wider of the Blue Mountains, Barbara's heart was huge, and we built the 4 walls of the Barbara Wider House in 2017.
Okay.
We have been full ever since.
Wow.
And then in 2022, Alair Homes helped us build an expansion from 6 beds to 10 beds.
Wow.
That's a 60% increase that we needed. And we have been full ever since.
Wow.
So we have a wait list. We always have had a wait list in the double digits, and we call it our warming list.
Right.
We keep a warm hold on those youth until we can get them in, hopefully.
Okay. Okay. And so what does that look like then, that warming list? What kind of support do those students receive?
So the hardest and the main question we get asked all the time is why? Why do we have homeless youth?
Yep.
And there is a multitude of reasons why youth are seeking support, and stemming from complex circumstances, all different sorts. So some are family breakdowns, many young people experiencing family conflict, abuse, neglect, or situations of domestic violence in the house, and their living conditions are unsafe, and they would rather sleep in the streets than be there.
Wow.
Housing instability. Youth may face homelessness or risk of homelessness due to eviction, and financial insecurities, and the lack of housing supports, as you said. Being on the Affordable Housing Task Force is just giving me a very bigger, wider range of reasons why we have this. Also, mental health struggles, anxiety, depression, PTSD, other mental health issue challenges make it difficult for youth to maintain stability without adequate support. Substance abuse and addiction, huge one. Some youth turn to substance abuse as a coping mechanism from trauma or stress in the home, which can exacerbate into vulnerability and lead to unsafe living conditions. Systematic barriers, challenges like poverty and discrimination, or lack of access to education and employment opportunities often compound other issues. Home Horizon provides a safe space and tailored support to help youth navigate these challenges. We help build resistance and work towards stable futures for them.
Wow. So I think in a relatively small community, it's not in our faces. I think more and more now, the impact of substances being easier to come across, I guess, or housing where that might break up a family, where maybe an older child is left to figure it out if all of a sudden there isn't enough room there's a change.
That's right. We just don't see that. And the trends since COVID, the lockdown had a huge effect. And we did see a very big increase there. Being stuck in your abusive family or your family that are struggling with addictions. There was no safe places in lockdown. There was no safe places to go to. School is a safe place for some of these children.
Absolutely.
And just bringing the awareness that we all don't come from the same family homes. You know, that is my bottom line, to educate people, to encourage parents to talk to their young people, that we don't all come from the same families. I was just recently invited to Admiral School. They have a care program.
Okay.
And it's students that chose Home Horizon. They already knew about us, and possibly through coldest night of the year, because some of them did it through their brownies or scouts.
Right.
But they knew what we were about, and they wanted to help homeless youth. So
Incredible.
when I spoke to them this week, I said, you don't necessarily know what the student beside you is going through. Nobody talks about being homelessness. It's not something people just go out and talk about until you ask, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are things?
Right.
And that is what happened to the manager of Home Depot. He was standing next to one of his 17-year-old employees and said, how are you? And the boy broke down and says, I'm living in my car in the parking lot. And he was just like, he had no idea until you ask, how are you? And pull that out. And I encourage parents to talk to their youth and say, when a young person says, hey, can I come hang at your house tonight? Hey, can I sleep over tonight? Hey, can I come over tonight?
These are clues.
These are clues.
Right.
And you could ask, hey, could we go to your house? And you need to prepare your kids and young people that they may be going into some situation that is completely unexpected. But how they deal with them is to say, hey, do you know about Home Horizon and the Barbara Wider House?
Right.
They have resources to help you. They have counseling services. They can get you through and get you through on a list on the process to help you out.
Right. But it all starts with that empathy and looking over and asking and engaging with our community. So thank you, Pam. That gives us an incredible segue. After the break, we're going to ask a little bit about what happens in the Barbara Wider House. What are these resources? What is a day in the life of a client, of a young person who has come into this support that our community desperately needs? And I'm really excited to dig in and to share that with you. So tune in after the break to Empowered with your host, Jessica Flynn. Welcome back to Empowered. I'm your host, Jessica Flynn, and today we are speaking with the Fund Development Manager for Home Horizon, Pam Osmond. Pam, I'm so excited for this question because I've been asking in my mind this question: what happens at Barbara Wider House with these youth that are fortunate enough to get the support. So could you, I know you and your team spent some time painting a picture of what a day in the life of a youth
Exactly.
looks like.
So Nicole answered this question for
Thank
me
you,
because she
Nicole.
is the house program manager. There is no such thing as a typical day
Great
in
answer.
a house full of teenagers.
Yes.
Each youth is focused on their own self-identified goals. Some are attending school, others are employed, and many are working on improving their mental health by attending therapy.
Okay.
Every evening, they prepare a family-style dinner for the youth and fostering a sense of community.
Yeah.
So they're bringing it in together. The house is also alive with activities like dog therapy, art therapy, yoga, and more, creating a supportive and engaging environment for everyone.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
It sounds really incredible, and it was great for her to answer this because I didn't know.
No,
you know?
no.
I
And the
have-
point that it is going to be, it's not you come in this house and this is how we do things.
Yeah.
Recognizing
Yeah.
that everyone's journey to coming to the house was different.
Yes.
And so everyone's healing journey and
Absolutely.
empowerment journey is
Yes.
going to be different.
Absolutely. Our programs are designed for us, without us, and it is all designed for the individual. They get to pick and choose what they need. And the counseling, if they try a counselor and it's not for them, let's try another one.
Right.
We're going to get you there. We're going to help with your growth.
That's incredible. I had no idea how tailored it was to the individual. And so how does the team pull this off? Who's involved? How many staff, volunteers?
So staff play a vital role in fostering the supportive and nurturing environment that transforms the lives of the youths at Home Horizon. Staff is provided 24/7.
Wow.
So that is a huge, huge thing that some people don't know. Offering guidance with daily tasks, addressing emotional needs, helping youth work towards long-term goals. So they're helping them, guiding them, talking to them. They teach essential life skills such as budgeting, cooking, time management, equipping young people for independent living. And they're acting as mentors and advocates. Staff also assist youth in accessing critical resources like doctors. And some of these youth, it's the first time they've seen a doctor.
Wow.
Right?
Right.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Therapists and tutors to meet their individual needs. Volunteers further enrich this environment by bringing special skills through activities like therapy, yoga, and workshops, while also helping to create community connections and offering additional encouragement. Together, staff and volunteers provide consistent support and positive role modeling, which helps youth feel valued, empowered, and confident as they navigate challenges and work towards building themselves a brighter future. So we have 5 youth workers,
Okay.
2 overnight staff. We have 2 residential caseworkers. Those are specific to work their cases, to get them everything they need knocked off, really focused on them and helping them succeed.
Okay.
We have 2 youth outreach workers. That's boots on the streets.
Okay.
So they are going to find the youth where they're at.
Really?
So they go find the couch surfers. They go into some pretty precarious situations.
Wow.
We have just recently hired the second youth worker. Before it was she was going in with EMS, firefighters, police officers. Now that there's 2, they go into encampments together. So they find the youth where they're at, and that is ages 16 to 29.
Wow.
We
I had no
raised
idea that you had that outreach.
The outreach program is huge, and it's very important. We also have one Youth Thrive coordinator.
Okay.
That is Tessa, who creates those community connections. She connects the youth with the boxing club, with the gym, with the bowling alley, with the yoga classes.
Yep.
So she makes the community connections.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have the one Barbara Widerhouse program manager, Nicole, who holds everybody down.
Yeah. I could see it in your face. She's a bright.
She's bright. They are all bright.
Yeah.
They are all incredible youth workers. They are passionate. When I met them all last Christmas for our Christmas dinner, And I thought, you guys are so young,
Right.
you know, in their 20s.
Okay.
And
I didn't realize
so
that either, that the
educated.
staff was so young.
They're so young,
Okay.
and they're so educated and passionate about helping youth thrive.
Yeah.
You know?
And you used the word consistent earlier, and I would imagine that for young people that find themselves in the need of this type of support, they probably haven't experienced a lot of consistency yet in their young lives.
No.
And to offer that as a foundation to rebuild from, I think is such a beautiful thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have to have that, you know. Empowering youth for our future is we have to show them the skills to...
And so we talked about a day in the life and kind of the day to day and how you find them in kind of these worst case scenarios. But how does Home Horizon prepare youth for long-term success beyond their time at the house?
We are equipping them with the tools and the skills and the confidence to transition into independent living. Beyond providing shelter, the organization focuses on addressing the root causes of housing instability and building a foundation for a brighter future. This is achieved by a combination of personal support plans, life skills training, and connections to community resources. Home Horizon teaches practical skills such as budgeting, cooking, and resume building. They also receive support pursuing education and employment opportunities.
Right.
We help connect them. And you know, mental health support and trauma-informed care is usually the center of the approach, ensuring youth can address past experiences while building resilience for their future. So we stay connected with the youth even after they've left.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's really great. We offer follow-up support and referrals to ensure that they maintain stability and that they maintain.
Can you tell us a success story of, you know, someone who's gone through this kind of support and maybe what they're up to now? Or
Yeah, we've just recently had a girl graduate and move off to university.
wow, university.
So yeah, and she called us to say that she has had her first year's tuition sponsored.
Wow.
Which is incredible. You know, we really do have a caring community. So this one is from Nicole. It's a story of a 16-year-old girl who was referred to Barbara Widerhouse after being abandoned by her mother who struggled with substance abuse.
Okay.
The young girl came into the program quite guarded and struggled to trust others.
No doubt.
She went on to complete high school diploma, receiving multiple scholarships.
Yeah, she did.
Yes, she did. She obtained a driver's license, freedom, driving around. She attended therapy, found employment, got accepted to post-secondary, and she has moved into independent living, completing her college diploma in social work,
Wow.
where she hopes to provide youth like her with the type of support that she received while staying at the Barbara Widerhouse. And she still continues to reach out to the staff to check in and say hi. So it is like full circle.
Full circle.
What she learned and how she rose above, she's giving back.
Absolutely.
And it's important to know that we really, really helped.
yeah.
You know, we didn't throw it down their throats. You need to change. You need to learn.
You met each other.
We did.
Right?
We did.
Yeah.
We found a way that they wanted to grow. This is what they needed.
We find that in education, whatever they're learning, whether it's something academic or a life skill, the young person, the student needs to have that buy-in, right? And
Absolutely.
so by focusing on the mental health support first and having them a part of that journey, that's empowerment.
That is,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So again, so many of our guests, we could have hours-long conversations, but we have to bring it back to what can the community be doing in, you know, we're airing this episode in and around winter time, right before the holidays. What is your call to action for those of us who can help?
Sure. So our call to action right now is gift cards, food cards for McDonald's, for Tim Hortons, 20, 25.
Wherever students could walk kind of
Whatever
in the
students
downtown.
can walk, and our outreach. The boots on the street are going to encampments. They're finding the youth where they're at. They give them these cards.
Okay.
Or they'll go buy the meals and provide them to them. So right now we have had community support, and they're making a community challenge. We have an insurance shop, and we also have Baymount Plumbing that
Okay.
have on their own put a call to action to say we're going to raise gift cards. And We really don't need clothing donations. We have a very big storage unit of clothing donations,
Okay.
warm clothing. We also have a hockey tournament coming up in January that's doing a tent drive.
Oh, wow.
Sleeping bag and tent drive. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
great.
Okay.
Again, it comes back to the storage where we're going to
Right.
keep it.
And so it's not just supporting the students, you know, the 10 young people in the house. It's this, what do you call it? The
Outreach.
the warming,
The warm holds.
the warm holds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Our wait list. It's
Yeah,
the
the
warm
warming
hold we
list,
have.
yeah.
The warming list we have. And gift cards is the number one thing that we really need. Any denomination will help.
For food,
And it's
yeah.
also just making that connection with outreach to get the trust, to
Yeah.
build the relationship. You know, they have to, Nicole and Lindsay are doing great jobs finding youth where they're at.
Wow.
And it amazes me sometimes that people don't know about our services, but they also don't realize that we go beyond the four walls of the
Yes.
Barbara
What
Ryder
is the
House.
reach of young people who need this support?
So we have a very large catchment area. Meaford, Thornbury,
As far as
the
Meaford.
Blue Mountains, and all those little places in between.
Wow.
Clarksburg, Kimberley, Collingwood, Stayner, Wasaga. That is a very large
That's a
catchment.
huge area.
And as we were saying about coldest night of the year, last year, our motto, our logo was look closer. We have a lot of forests around our area, and it was look closer. This year, our tagline is change the tune. We need to change the tune.
Yeah.
We need to realize that this is happening in our community.
Yes.
And we do have a large Georgian triangle
Yes.
that we're supporting.
Yes.
You know, youth are the future.
Yes.
And we need to care for them. We need to show them.
Empathize with their situation
Yes.
and do our part.
That's right.
So I think as well, when this airs, the Home Horizon is undergoing a fundraising campaign leading up to the holidays and up to January 31st
Yes.
that is being matched up to
Yes.
$50,000.
Absolutely.
And with the postal strike, it's harder than ever for our local charities and organizations to do their typical mail outs. So we want to send you to the Home Horizon website, to their Instagram and social media channels. And thank you, Pam, and your whole team for putting this presentation together, for sharing with us a little bit of that inside look into
you.
what happens. And just thank you for watching and sharing the impact of good people doing great things in our community. Tune in next time to Empowered with your host, Jessica Flynn.